Hello everybody, it's VerticalSandwich. Welcome back to Let's Play Ratchet and Clank in HD. So I had a lot of trouble with this race. I filmed an entire video of me failing at this race, so here is the winning attempt. And so what we're going to do in this video is we'll show the success in this race, and then we're going to show the infinite bullet glitch. Because the way the infinite bullet glitch was done on PS2 is patched out of the later versions of this game. So you can't do it. I'm going to show that the method from the PS2 doesn't work. And then I'm going to show you a method that does work that is buzzsaw. So yeah, there will be a cutscene after this. It's a fun cutscene. So we actually could have done the infinite bullet glitch a lot earlier. Because what you end up actually just needing for it is the decoy glove. I was waiting to get the hollow guys, but since you don't need it, you need the decoy glove and the hollow pack, really. So it is, by the way, it is possible. There is another shortcut over here on the right, if you can hit that. It's pretty touchy. Like, you've got to get just the right jump at a good speed to get over there. And then you still have to get through 3 rings to open the shortcut. It's not worth it. You can win without it, and I would suggest you win without it. There's just a lot of heartache for missing that jump. And yes, this is the winning attempt, so that I still got first. The key is killing all the robots. No, they do respawn.
That was terrific. Now I just need you to say a few words about our hot new boards.
Huh? Now?
Of course. Just look into that camera right over there and say what comes naturally. Rolling.
Hi. This is Ratchet for, Gadgetron hoverboards. And if you,
Yo, dudes, for the freshest boards in the galaxy, check out the new XZ88 from Gadgetron. It's so hot, it's cool.
I think I got the wrong guy. That was something.
Hey, I was thinking, do I get a discount on gadgets now?
You have to be with the company for 2 years before the employee discount kicks in. I can, however, let you have this.
The Gadgetron Hologuise is the perfect infiltration device for all our non-robot customers. Simply equip the device and press the circle button. You will instantly be disguised as a sentry bot, preventing detection by all sentry bot security systems. Press the circle button again to wave at fellow sentry bots, who will then deactivate force fields for you. Caution, use of any weapon while disguised will deactivate the Hologuise.
Okay, Hey Ryan Let's Play he was vehement in his playthrough that you should save here, so that when you play the 3rd game there will be some sort of discount, because you've been with the company for 2 years at some sort of point in the 3rd game. I did do that. It ends up getting cut out here. I actually made I made 2 different save files because I messed it up, but I do it before I get into my ship. Or right after I get into my ship or something. Because he was very, I think one of the things he said was, if you never listen to me, you need to listen to me right now. So yes, that being said, do that, make a separate save file, and then go back, reload this save file. Because, here's the deal, switching save files resets your count for the million bolt grind. So you want to play through this game on one continuous save file. If you want to make benchmark save files throughout this game, go back to your original save file. Like, I'm playing consistently on save file 3. That is also important. Because clearly PS2 didn't have a trophy suite. So PS3 does, and if you want the million bolt trophy, don't switch save files. Like, don't do a third of the game, save and save file 1, do another third, save and save file 2, do like the last third, and save and save file 3. You'll never get the million bolt trophy that way. You have to do one consistent save file. That's a big deal. By the way, buying everything in the game, you still need about 500,000 points. Above and beyond that, is my understanding. That seems like a high amount. Because, I mean, the Rhino itself is 150,000. So, the old method for... getting the infinite bolt glitch is to get on the hoverboard track by putting on the hollow guys and entering the hoverboard race. And it glitches you onto the track, but you're not racing and you can walk around on the track. Boxes on the racetrack, when they're off screen, respawn themselves. That's all fine and dandy. In the PS2, it worked like a dream. It was great. Not so much on the PS3. Entering the hoverboard race with the hollow guys on just enters the hoverboard race. So, the method that works for this actually involves you pushing yourself out of bounds, and the hoverboard race is actually a lower level of the level layout. So, what you can do is if you push yourself out of bounds, you can walk around outside of bounds, and you can glide down onto the hoverboard track. This method is clearly shown on YouTube. I did do some running around with like the metal detector and stuff. Just kind of goofing around because I didn't really know what to do at this point. I was just like, well, how am I gonna get a million bolts? Like, or just enough bolts to buy the Rhino. And what I ended up doing here was grinding for 300,000 bolts, which isn't enough. On my second playthrough, I had enough bolts to buy everything by the end of my second playthrough. But yeah, I was trying to like figure out if it was positioning, and then this happened. Like I fell out of the lair for this game. I was hoping maybe I could kill myself or something. I just tried all sorts of dumb stuff. Now that being said, what was I gonna say? Something about infinite bolts, an infinite bolt glitch. Oh, I ground for 300,000 bolts, and then I tried to come back later. Well, bad news. Infinite bolt glitch can only be done once per playthrough. So my second infinite bolt glitch grind is actually going on my TV right now while I'm recording this post commentary. I'm watching it right now. I'm at 206,500 and something bolts. I'm on 600 and something. So yeah, so this is what the metal detector does in case we haven't showed it off. I'm sure we have. Because I was like, oh, maybe I'm going to have to rely on this. Now, my understanding is the arena battle with Giant Clank on Core 2, that actually doing that repeatedly gets you about 100,000 bolts an hour. Which actually would make it faster than the infinite bolt grind. No, I take that back. My math for the infinite bolt grind says that you get about 1,500 bolts a minute. So, that's 90,000 an hour. So they're about comparable. So we ended up going and buying the decoy glove, which, in case you're not familiar, makes inflatable versions of Ratchet that enemies will attack, Which, by the way, with those floating mines in Quark's HQ, it's a lifesaver for us. Like, it's amazing. You throw it out there, they just swarm to it. Blow themselves up, you get the bolts, nobody gets hurt. And the inflatable versions of Ratchet look great. They're fantastic.
I got some great bargains for you today.
Now, I actually recorded, it took me about 15
got
minutes
some
to
great
figure
bargains
out
for
how
you
this
today.
method worked. And I actually recorded live commentary for that entire run of trying to figure out how it works. But weird stuff happened. Like, I fell way back into the level at one point. So here it is, this corner, over by the elevator. I should show where this, hopefully you'll see where this corner is. But it's directly behind the hoverboard race lady. What you have to do is you have to take the decoy glove and make some Ratchet decoys that will push you through the wall. Theoretically, one could possibly be enough. It took me about 3, I think. You can, by the way, you can use this method to get out of bounds all sorts of places in the game. I actually used it to skip an entire section of mining Set Eudora. Or, yeah, not mining Set Eudora, but So here we go. You gotta walk along that ledge, and it'll bring you out here. And down there, that dome, we want to fly just to the left of it. And you don't want to fly the whole time, like straight the whole time, you'll overshoot it. You want to kind of back yourself off a little bit. Also, if you fall into the center of the dome, you're going to fall back into the level. See, because what we want is this ledge right here. And then what we're going to do is long jump and float over. Now, if you go to the right here, you're going to hit the hoverboard, and it'll enter you in the hoverboard race. That's not what we want. So now you can see where our corner is. It's right over here. And once you're out of bounds, you can fall, you can fall out of the level. So, you really want, if the camera doesn't, like, getting out of bounds here, if the camera doesn't let you see where you're going, switch into first person. Because you can see this thing in front of us, we want to walk right along that. Until the camera switches because we're outside of whatever polygon we're in. Don't do what I just did. Takes a long time to hit the death zones. Which, by the way, my recent success rates for this have not been as good as these early ones. 2 decoys? That's awesome. By holding to the left, you can pretty much hug this curve, and you won't step off of anything. This is solid. And then the minute you go through this wall, the camera changes to there. And then I always use my targeting to fly, just like I said, a little bit to the left of the dome. And you can see I'm going forward and then floating down because we want to land on this ledge. It's solid. And then we jump from this corner. So now we want to run to the left. We're going to have to run all the way around to the left to that big jump where there's all the boxes in the sky, because standing underneath them with the taunter, so I guess you do need the taunter, I didn't say that. Standing underneath them with the taunter will break boxes repeatedly and drop bolts on us. I don't know if the bolt collector is necessary for this. Wait, do I even have the bolt collector at this point? Probably not. Oh, I might. It's on Cortu, so I mean I have been there. So yeah, the taunter will blow up boxes. I know we haven't used it for that, but it does do that. So there we go. We walk to the left. We walk all the way around to the big jump with a bunch of boxes. We're going to stand underneath those boxes, and then we have to hold down the button, and the taunter will break the boxes. The boxes will respawn. We will get the bolts endlessly. Now, my method for this was to literally set down my my controller and put down something that holds the button down and like weigh it down with a couple books, and then just walk out of the room and do other stuff. That's what I'm doing right now. There's just some books on the floor with something sitting on the circle button on my controller, and I'm watching on my TV Ratchet gaining endless bolts right now. And now he's at almost 220,000. We're gonna hit 220,000 before he gets the setup on this infinite bolt clutch. So here we go. These boxes, these enemies won't hurt you, but you can kill them. I mean, you can hurt them. By the way, I just hit 220,000 in my second. Okay. So then you stand under here. It breaks those boxes. Bolts fall. You collect them. So here we go. This is what it looks like when it is done right. And there we go. As long as you hold down the taunter button, you will get bolts. Now, my estimate is that it is like a 10-hour grind. If you just wanted straight 1,000,000 bolts in your first playthrough, yeah, it's a lot of time. I would definitely suggest you don't do that, but you can. So this is it. Actually, the rest of the video is just me doing this. Like I said, I did this to about 300,000 volts. And then our next video will pick up at, you know, well, in the last video I ground for bolts using the infinite bolt glitch, hoverboard race. So here we go. Let's go buy some stuff. Then we go and buy the rhino. And then we never use it till the end boss. I think we use it once or twice to show it does. So yeah, that's your infinite bolt glitch. It does literally provide, I mean, it's infinite bolt, it's bolts for as much time as you have to spend gathering bolts by holding down your circle button. So that's it. Taunter, bolt collector, might be optional, I don't know. It may make this faster. I didn't test it. And helipack, which you can't get here without. And decoy glove will get you an infinite bolt. And then, you know, weigh down your circle button and walk out of the room for 10 hours, come back 1,000,000 bolts. Boom. So that's really all I've got for this video. When we come back, we will have ground bolts. It's really weird because it seems it's like it's syncing up because I'm watching this exact scene on my TV right now. Except the one I'm doing right now, I'm standing a little further back than this. I'm standing behind the lights on the track. But you can experiment around and see what comes, you know, what gets you the best bolt results. Because, you know, it's all about where boxes are positioned. What I was doing was watching the hundreds tick by and doing a second count, like 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000. Yeah, and the grind I'm doing right now is almost twice as fast as this one. So we must be doing something differently. And I know I do have the bolt collector for that. So yeah, play around with it and see what gets you the best results. So we come back 300,000 volts and I'll see you guys for that.